Brewster, Tolly.
Oh, Nicodemus?
Got a little present for you boys. Yeah, that's mighty kind of you. Here's your cigar.
What?
And I ain't no sissy, neither.
What's got into you, Nicodemus? You gonna be wimpy on us?
Wimpy, huh?
Yeah.
Just have you know something. It takes a whole lot more guts to stand up for what's right than it does to go along with the crowd. And I am a real cowboy, and I don't need your stupid cigars to prove it.
Come on, Tommy, let's go.
Feels pretty good on the inside to stand up for what's right.
Oh, who am I kidding? I can't break the law. I feel terrible just thinking about it. I don't care if ain't nobody buying a fishing license, or even if them county officials do get the money. I gotta do what I know is right. I feel so bad. If I didn't get a license, I couldn't sleep at night. And I know God, the Father, wouldn't approve of it either. Dinky, I gotta apologize for being such a bad example. Tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go down to Miss Lana's store and get that license right now. And I'm gonna pay for it, too. Miss Lana, I'm gonna obey the law.
Well, I'm proud of you, Elmer.
I'm gonna do what's right.
That's good, Elmer. Real good.
And I'm not gonna listen to what Jim says or anybody else says
Elmer,
anymore.
what are you talking about?
I've decided I'm gonna go ahead and buy my fishing license.
You're going to buy your... Oh, you were thinking about not buying it, weren't you, Elmer?
Yeah, I wasn't gonna buy it.
Why not?
Well, you remember earlier when Jim was here?
Oh, yeah?
Well, he pulled me aside and he said, Elmer, that's stupid. Nobody buys fishing license. Why, I've fished for years and never bought license. Besides, all those government people do is take the money and spend it on themselves.
Well, that's not true, Elmer. Now, that money goes to stock our ponds and take care of our rivers. Jim doesn't know what he's talking about.
All I know is I'm going to do what's right. I don't care what anybody else says or thinks. Besides, I don't want my picture plastered all over post office walls. Elmer Barnes, wanted for fishing without a license. That would be just terrible.
Oh, Elmer, I'm proud of you. But more important, God's proud of you. Well, it sounds like you've learned a mighty important lesson. Elmer, if you just obey God and please Him and not man, you'll be right every time.
I want to talk to you about one of the biggest traps that Satan lays for young people. It's a trap of peer pressure. You feel pressured to do things that you know are wrong just because all of your friends are doing it. And I want to tell you, it's something that every single kid has to face. You see, it's natural for us to want to be liked. We don't enjoy being laughed at and made fun of. That's not normal. But you know what? We also have to be careful that we don't become so concerned about what everybody else thinks that we do wrong. Because the pressure from our friends can lead you to do things that you know in your heart are wrong. That kind of pressure we call peer pressure. And it's the worst kind of pressure you'll ever have to face. It's the strongest kind of pressure you'll ever have to face. You know, if you were tempted to do something wrong by one of the people that you didn't like at all, by someone who was a real enemy, you wouldn't have any trouble turning that down. But when you're tempted to do something wrong by one of your friends, it's kind of hard to turn it down. In fact, very often you go along with it because you don't want your friends to be mad at you. And that kind of pressure, peer pressure, is something you really have to work at. Because peer pressure is something we face all the time. You face it again and again and again and again. And you know what? If you're not careful, peer pressure can destroy your life. The next thing you know, you've done something that you wish you wouldn't have done. So the next time you feel like doing something wrong just because all your friends are doing it, stop and think about it. Is this something you really want to do? then have the courage to stand up to those guys and say, no, I'm not going along with this. I refuse to do it. If they make fun of you and laugh at you and put you down for doing the things that you know that are right, then they're really not your friends. You need to find somebody else to hang around with. Remember, the Bible teaches us that it's important that we don't have company with sinners. That means people who are always breaking God's laws and rules are dangerous to hang around with. You be smart and don't let peer pressure ruin your life.
Hey, come here. I want to read you a story out of 2 Chronicles chapter 20 about King Jehoshaphat and how he defeated his enemies. Wait, I got a better idea. Let's all close our eyes and go there right now. Came to knock on the door, the royal palace of the king. It's our little King Jehoshaphat who was sitting on his throne so much he just yelled out, come on in. You see, Jehoshaphat was a very good king. He loved the Lord with all he had. And because of this, all of Judah was blessed throughout the whole land. Well, that servant, he just came bursting into the palace, so excited he could barely talk. He said, King, we're in big trouble. Oh, let me tell you what I just saw. The big night, your God is in you. In night, just praise the Lord. We'll fight your battles for you. There's nothing that he won't do. But you must fear not. That fella said, King, out in the Syrian plains, there are soldiers far as you can see. And they got spears and swords and horses and knives down at the sea by En-Gedi. Well, there's more about the Ammonites and all kinds of ites. And King, this don't look like no social call, huh? We're outnumbered about 100 to 1. I'm afraid they're gonna kill us all. Oh, King Jehoshaphat commenced to get mighty scared. Then he called all the people to pray. And God said, you won't even need to fight in this battle. Just stand still and see salvation today. Fear not. Next morning, they got up real early. And King Jehoshaphat had the strangest plan. He said, instead of putting the army out front like we usually do, we're gonna put the band. So the drums kicked it off like this, playing. Could I have a little bass guitar now? Yeah. Yeah, they started moving a little bit then. Could I have a little guitar? Yeah. Oh, yeah, they started walking down the road, and they were starting to feel a little better. And then the orchestra came in playing. All right. Oh, yeah. Then the choir started singing something like this. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Pretty soon they were praising God so much that they just forgot about everything else. And as they turned the corner down by the wilderness, the guy in the front, he just let out a big yell. They looked down by the watchtower. They saw the strangest sight. There were hundreds and hundreds of enemy soldiers laying dead from a horrible fight. You see, when all those singers and musicians began to sing, praise the Lord of hosts ambushed that enemy army, 'cause his word is like a two-edged sword. So fear not, your God is in you. Fear not, just praise the Lord. He will fight your battles for you. There's nothing that he won't do but you. Fear not. Fear